And welcome back, YouTube. This will probably be the third and last part I do in this recording session. We just picked up the maple. I'm just going to go ahead and replace those maple with the green birch bark we found on the way, and change my note. So I don't think we still got maple here later. So it's day 17. Oh, it was the lighthouse. No, lighthouse is scrap metal. So it's... Okay, so we've cleared that one, so we need to delete that whole row. That whole row can go poof. So this is now going to be 2 birch saplings on day 17. And yeah, coastal highway. Oh, the river cabin. Oh, I suppose I didn't even need to come out this far. I literally walked past the maple saplings. Whoops. I could have stopped at the river cabin to get what I need. Okay. Oh, and I suppose while I'm thinking about it, we've consumed those, so those aren't there anymore. Let me correct my notes before I forget. Okay. Whoops. I just lost the torch. Oh well. I don't need that torch. I wanted that torch, but I don't need that torch. So we leave the mine. We'll have to be a little bit more careful on the way back, that we don't run into those wolves again. Or I'll have to relight that torch and that'll be a bit sad. And if you don't know what I mean by those wolves, we ran into both the wolves in this transition area on the way out here to pick up those maple. So hopefully we don't run into it again on the way back. It's still good traveling weather, so we're going to try pushing through. Did I eat all the... I haven't eaten all the peach pie yet. So I can still use that to generate, or to relieve more of the fatigue. And I'm pretty sure I still have more peaches, so I can still make more peach pie. We don't need to go in the basement, because we grabbed the stuff in the basement first pass. Where is the wolf? Right there. Can I get past the wolf without needing to light the torch? I think so. So I'm going to use the fact that I can leap off of small cliffs and he can't follow me off of them to avoid this wolf. It's not always the smartest solution to a wolf encounter, but it's going to work in this situation. And they won't leave the zone, so I'll be able to get away without having to waste another match to get past them. Had it been a little quicker earlier, I would have just come through with a lit torch, which would have worked just as well. Now we have, also still supposedly have the same choice pattern as I did on the way out, as I do on the way back. Do I go the coastal route, or do I go the ridge line? We went the coastal route on the way out and did the beach combing. There hasn't been a blizzard yet, so the beach combing won't have respawned. So it probably makes sense to do the coastal route. Or to not do the coastal route. Though I forgot to go into the cabin where I left my birch bark behind. Or not my birch bark, my birch saplings behind on the way out. So I'll still have to dip down to grab those, but that'll be fine. Or I can take the detour. There's a detour I can take to get there as well. Well, I suppose other way it's a detour. Trying to lower the weight so we can walk a bit faster. We're lucky right now that the wind is behind us, so the wind isn't slowing us down. Oh, would this be brutal having to walk into the wind right now. Being careful to sort of look to our left as we pass the areas where the threats can be. So the bear spawns to our left, the wolves that would be in this area also spawn on our left. I'm not seeing any of them. So we should have a clear shot to the Quonset. It does look cold enough that we will probably need to stop to warm up in the Quonset. Instead of being just pushing straight through all of Coastal Highway. And it obviously...
I can't feel my feet.
That's the bear. So we're going to have to take a slight detour to avoid that bear. Because apparently we're walking faster than the bear. I saw the lump off in the distance, and I did not recognize it was the bear until I was that close. That's actually a little scary. Didn't want to get that close to the bear. I could avoid it. So because the visibility is good, I'm going to cut the corner here to try to walk faster to the Quonset. If the visibility was poor, I wouldn't cut the corner like this, because I'd risk running into wolves. But because the visibility is good, I can be reasonably assured that there is no wolves in my way. The other reason I don't usually cut the corner is if you're sort of walking along the edge there, you can sometimes find under those trees some sticks to harvest. Whereas the poor ice out here is really good for hunting, because deer and wolves spawn out here, and pretty regularly deer and wolves spawn out here, so usually you either find wolves or you find deer. So if anything, it's actually a bit weird that there's only the bear out here. Usually you find more wildlife out here. But that's all that's out on this ice, is there's the bear, and there's either wolves or deer, usually. Which is why I don't really want to cut the corner here. I take the long way around. Either going out to the island and then cutting across from the island, or following the coast. By being on the coast, not being off the coast. I haven't explored that house. But other than matches, really that house to me is, well, I suppose it could have flour, and it could have oats. It could basically have cooking ingredients, right? Oh dear. How do I want to play this? Had I not hesitated, I probably could have gone straight in. I think it's too windy. I think we're gonna have to burn a flare to get in here. Safely. Alright. May have been able to get away without that flare, but I'd already been detected, so I didn't want to take the risk. Did I grab more fuel when I was at the... No, I didn't. Okay, well, there's more coal here if I want some coal for the trip. Anything else I want to grab while we got the flare going? No.
I could eat
You
a
don't need the
horse.
books. Don't need the hacksaw. I will pick cooking supplies. We'll want cooking supplies sooner rather than later. And I suppose I am going to, because I need to warm up, I will probably actually light
This pack
the
is
torch,
getting
or
kind of heavy.
light the barrel. We'll cook some food, cook some water, cook some stuff. Not sure what I'm actually going to cook yet, but we're going to cook something. Yeah, once we got our character warmed up, we're going to start heading back. We're going to get back to walking down the coastal highway. Because the stuff we need to do the arrow crafting is at the other end of coastal highway. And unless an aurora kicks up in the middle of the cooking, it's not the right time of day to do crafting here.
That did
I
it.
suppose if we really want to do nighttime crafting, we could start a fire next to the crafting station at the far end of coastal highway. Here's an appropriate place to do that. And sadly, you can't put a flare out once you start it. So at this point, I've just got a flare that won't get blown up by the wind, but is on its one and only burn. Yeah, just doing quick scans, see if there's anything I've left behind. And the answer appears to be nope. Do have some coal. I'm not going to take the marine flare I left here. I'll leave the marine flare here for other emergencies. I do have a spare normal flare. I'm going to leave some fuel here in exchange for picking up 2 coal. Do we have a bunch of torches on us? Oh, we have a decent number of torches. Why are we so heavy? We have a lot of oats on us, that's one thing. We've got a lot of cooking oil on us, that's another. Technically, once it burns up, I could pick it up and put it on the cabinets to make it disappear. But by not doing that, I have a record of how many I've burnt by just going around and just doing a peripheral survey of where they got left. Cooking food, making birch bark tea. Oh, we ran out of water. Well, ran out of... Oh yeah, just entirely ran out of water. I'm out of water. Okay. Well, then we'll make this last batch of birch bark tea. I am going to try lighting a torch off of this fire before we head out. And we will drink that tea to try to recover some hit points from the birch bark recovery effect, and then we're going to head out. Using this torch, if we see any wolves, which are fairly common in this area, we have a way to scare them off if the weather isn't bad, and the weather isn't bad. Of course, I'm not seeing the wolves either, but but it's better to be prepared than not to be. And in the safety onion, the porch is the first line of defense. The emergency flare is the second line of defense. And if it gets really bad, the axe we have is the last line of defense before we're very dead. We'd prefer, well, I'd prefer, because I'd like to actually try to succeed at Faithful Cartography, to not be dead. So this in front of us is, I believe, one of the potential bear spawns. And we do not, well, I don't see any bones there. So no bones would imply, if I am correct, and that is the bear spawn location, that the bear is not spawning there. Or is it that one? Well, I'm gonna check that one anyway, so we're gonna go up there and see if there's any bones. Yeah. Either way. Oh, actually, wait. There's bones. Okay, so this bear is also up. So we've got 3 bears in Coastal Highway. I haven't had the best luck at bear hunting in Coastal Highway. So this won't be the first place I come to hunt bear. But of the bears, we know where they are. 3 of the 4 bears we know. Well, I did also see the one in Furlong Muskeg. Actually, I think I saw both in Furlong Muskeg. So, of the bears we know, this is 3 of the 6 that we've found. Oh, I might have seen one in Mystery Lake as well. Yeah, no, we saw both the ones in Mystery Lake. 3 of the 8 we found. You can see how great my memory is. If you've been watching, and you've been watching recently, you might actually know the count of bears that we've found. Hindsight is, we found quite a bit of bears. Oh, and there's the one up in Timberwolf Mountain. Nope. That awkward moment when the bear's going the same direction you are. Okay, we're gonna have to take the long way. Did not want to have to take the long way, but we're gonna have to take the long way. Yeah, at some point I lost count of how many bears we discovered. I suppose if I have time later, I could go back and try to watch and tally down where all the bears were. It is something that once I have the bow, I will start actually trying to internally track, so I can know where I can hunt them. Because bears are obviously the source of bear hide. Bear hide's very useful for building, or for crafting some of the better items in the game. And once you have Cooking 5, they're one of the better sources of meat. Unlike moose, they do bleed to death. So if you can get a stealth shot off on one of them with a bow, they will die. What makes hunting them difficult is they can maul you, and so it's having a safe place to twang them from where they don't see you, so you don't get jumped in response to a bad shot. So we just lost the warming up bonus from that tin of birch bark tea. Not that in this weather apparently we didn't necessarily need it, but it was providing us a little bit of warming. I believe warming up bonus technically provides you percentile circle warming. So it's not adjusting your degrees temp, it's just actually warming you up. Which, depending upon how quickly you're losing temperature, may be enough to make you positive without being positive, but usually isn't. Usually it's just slowing down the rate you're getting cold. So up here on the left that we're passing, we should be passing the fire watch tower on the coastal highway. I don't necessarily need anything from it right now, so I'm going to leave it unexplored just so we can get through to our crafting equipment quicker. We've got our immediate calorie needs sorted, so I want to get to the crafting quicker so we can get the bow and arrow going. Yeah, that's the path. So you go in there, go right, go left, you'll be up the tower. So I want to get our bow going so we can get the hunting going. While we still have food for our first wave of crafting. And hopefully the hunting will give us our second wave of food for the second wave of crafting. And so on. One of the reasons I don't necessarily use... Like, this is a good way not to get lost, because we're basically following the road. But the problems with a lot of the roads is nothing spawns renewably on the roads. So we're kind of just walking and not collecting anything. This is not the best road for wandering off either side for collecting the little stuff, because then you have to sort of go in and out and in and out. And in the effort, again, of being time efficient, I've got the calories I need immediately, and I got the task ahead of me. So you're a wolf. For a while I was worried that was the bear butt again. But no, that was wolf butt. Wolf butt's easier to deal with. Wolf butt I can just drop the torch, point rock at, wolf runs up to torch and runs away. Bear, that would not work on. Bear, that would not work on. So on the right here, we're passing the transition cave back into Pleasant Valley. That would be an alternate route I could take. So instead of going back to the trapper's cabin, or back to camp office, where we've got the rabbit trap set up, I could head out to the Pleasant Valley farmstead. Because I know I've got birch bark, or not birch bark, birch saplings cured there. So I could still make arrows there. But I think going back to the camp office is probably the better plan. If no other reason, then I have a little bit better luck at bear hunting in Mystery Lake.
Find some place to escape this cold.
Than I do on Coastal Highway, or even than I do in Pleasant Valley. Usually for Pleasant Valley hunting, I'd like to be a little bit more leveled with bow hunting, to increase the likelihood that a non-headshot is lethal, in case I miss the head, or am not stealthed enough to do a stealth shot. So I suppose, depending on how you think about it, I either miss the switchback to come down the height a little bit, or I may have, well, I didn't intentionally intend to sort of billy goat down this a little bit, but I did billy goat down a little bit to get down here. So here's the restore condition going away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly, because I've got a torch going, I'm going to start a fire. I'm going to warm up our birch bark tea spoon of birch bark tea, and I'm going to drink another birch bark tea
Come on.
to delay taking more damage,
So
as well as to generate
cold.
some condition back.
All right.
So because I heated up the tea, we'll get a mini burst of warmth and the warming up bonus. And we'll grab the second tea that we just heated up. And what we can do is we can potentially drink that if I need to well, I probably won't drink the second one. Because I'm hoping that warming up bonus will provide enough that we can finish walking to our destination with minimal condition loss to the cold. That's something you do fairly commonly on no-goa runs, though you probably would have done it a little bit earlier on a no-goa run to avoid taking any damage. Is if your destination walking like this, you'll be drinking lots of teas to not take any cold damage. Yeah, as far as this run's going right now, this run's going fairly well. This video, much like the last one, it's taking longer to walk across Coastal Highway than I had thought it would. It must be when I'm normally playing by myself and not streaming it, I'm actually not paying as much attention to the time. So it's 27 minutes in to this recording. So we won't actually get to crafting the bow and arrows today. But we'll grab the arrows and be most of the way back to the next crafting site when I start the video. So I'm going to grab the arrows when we grab the birch saplings, that'll be where I end the video. And the next play session, we'll finally get to crafting them. I don't have to go all the way back to the camp office to craft them. I can craft them in the dam. The dam's a place I can craft. Oh, there's a wolf. This is not the best time for a wolf. Right when I need to do a torch swap.
I could eat anything.
Each the beach. I did each the beach. Well, I probably would have eaten it a while ago if that's the case, yeah. So the place I'm trying to go is the cabin that's over yonder. Probably can't see it through here due to the level of the trees. So there's two ways I can get over there. One is I can go up the switchback and fall along the edge, which is probably what I'm actually going to do. Or I can take the shortcut by going off the edge here and going through the forest here. If I do the forest route, I'm a little bit more likely to run into wolves. But it might be a little faster if I did the forest route. I'm going to do the long way just because I'm going to let this torch burn out. Well, I say that. Actually, I'm not going to let this torch burn out. I'm going to actually start a fire. So I'm going to run off the edge here, grab a couple sticks, and start a fire. I'm going to let the video go on for a little bit longer. We're going to make... Oh, I've got no water. I was about to say I'm going to make some porridge to warm us up, but I can't make porridge to warm us up. We've got no water. So I'm going to make some water. We're going to make water.
It worked.
get enough fuel in that fire to start the... Keep me warm. No. I can do that pretty easily though. We'll just toss another 5 sticks in the fire. Ooh, the fire's just not quite warm enough to get that stick. Because I'm also looking at it, and when I get where I'm going, I'm thinking I'm going to probably take the long rest. Well, I'll take some rest. In which case I'm going to want the calories. So I'm going to cook up some porridge. Okay, let's get the panic. We can make more peach pie. Okay, that's gonna cut it a bit long, but I think we'll do that. We'll have peach pie prepped. So 58 minutes. The fire will last 58 minutes. That's good. How chilly are we? Okay, we'll temporarily throw another stick on the fire to not be chilly when we cook up a little bit more porridge. Nope, we're back to being chilly again, but that's fine. Not too chilly. Okay, so we're officially at the point where I don't want to throw more sticks on the fire to warm us up, because it's not going to be enough. Oh, I do need this fire to go long enough to finish that cooking, please. Okay, the wind is blowing out this torch, so I'm still going to take the long way around. I'm probably going to take some condition damage from taking the long way around. But we now have the calories in our stomach to actually sleep it back, so it has delayed us a little bit. We'll be arriving a little bit later. Though probably in the next episode that means we'll probably be arriving at the dam at prime crafting time.
Can't feel my
Which is one of the
hands.
reasons I prepped the peach pie. Because I can use that to recover fatigue. Well, actually, now I'm thinking about how long I'm going to end up sleeping. I might end up sleeping most of the day away. That's not great. Apparently, I'm not very good at judging travel time in this game at the moment. But we are safely traveling. We are going to take a little bit of condition damage here, but shouldn't be that bad. Maybe at most take 10%, 20% condition damage. I don't think it's going to take us more than an in-game hour to get to our destination. So if we had our birch saplings, we'd go straight ahead through that train tunnel. But the birch saplings we want are in the cabin down there. So right before that tunnel is the turnoff we can take to go down the slope towards that cabin, which is what we're going to do. We're walking a bit slow right now between being a little overweight and walking into the wind. That should improve a little bit when we take this turn coming up. Because I don't think it penalizes you for walking perpendicular to the wind. as badly. Or if you get in windshield, the windshield is going to remove the wind effect entirely. We do have crampons on, which is probably what's helping us avoid getting a sprain at the moment. Until I have competition for the utility slots, I tend to keep the crampons on. If for no other reason, they also provide armor in Wolf Struggle, so they do reduce the damage you take during Wolf Struggle. Okay, we're at the Rabbit Grove cabin, and in this cabin is where we're gonna end the stream after I pick up these. Well, after I confirm that we've picked up what we want and I've modified the thing, this is where we're gonna end the stream. So, birch sapling, extra maple that I don't need, but we'll take with us. And there we go. I said I was gonna make the note, or well, change the note. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna in here and delete this note. So those aren't there anymore because we've picked them up. Okay. So, thanks everyone for watching. That's where we're gonna stop for this recording session and for this YouTube video. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see for new games, let me know. If you have any questions on game mechanics in the Long Dark, feel free to ask those questions. I'll try to either answer them in the comments or answer them in stream, or some combination of the both. Yeah, if you want to see more of this or any of the other games I've played, let me know. I'm not opposed to doing more Path of Exile if people have suggestions on what they want to see. I'm not opposed to doing more Frostpunk, which I think we'll have finished by this point. And if there's some other game, again, yeah, let me know if you want me to play it. Catch you all later.